Once in the barn, he was instantly bound and disemboweled alive by the horrid wizard.
Way down that lonely road, that's where you walk into. They said way down that lonely road, trouble's gonna find you. There, half-moon ghost, that's what you are. Makes no difference what you say. Half-moon ghost, that's what you are. No other warning waits for you.
How you doing, folks? Welcome to Highlands Uncovered with myself and Stug behind the camera there.
Yeah, everybody.
Today we're at the Beauly Firth, the other side of Beauly Firth from Craigfadrig, which is over there. Today we're going to see a castle, a RedCastle, with a very interesting story about human sacrifice. It's going to get grim. Follow me.
When your eyes close, I know I'm right behind them, full scope. Inside your mind, I've seen the post. You miss me and it shows. Funny how you think you're moving on.
So the castle we're going to see today is RedCastle, and it was first built here on the lands beside the Beauly Firth in 1179 by William the Lion, or William the Lion's brother, actually, David, on his behalf. As William and David came up here and built two castles, one at Nig and one at RedCastle. Nig to protect the Cromarty Firth and RedCastle to protect the Beauly Firth from the Norse coming any further south from Caithness and any rebellions that were in the local area. So it's pretty old, that's 800 odd years old. Fun fact, William the Lion did not get his name from being ferocious, although he had his benefits as well as his faults. He wasn't a bad king, so to speak. He wasn't a great king. But the reason he got called William the Lion eventually was because on his flag was a lion, which is the same today for the Scottish Lion Rampart. Thanks to William the Lion, or William the First as he would have been known when this castle was built. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. But there's a tunnel shelter of some sort here. Whether it's connected, I mean, RedCastle in the last, at its very end, was occupied by the armed forces in the 1950s. So whether it's something to do with that, I don't know. But we'll go up and have a look. Come on.
Oh, even in the morning, I know you still feel me, wrapped up in the sunlight, peeking through your curtains, buried in the music. All the birds are singing out. I know you still feel me now. I can still read you like a paperback book, but I don't need to. You give it away with one look, yeah, it's not over. You missed me and it shows. So funny that you think you're moving on. Oh, even in the morning.
So RedCastle wasn't always called hasn't always been called RedCastle. You'll see when we get there why it's called RedCastle now. And that the original castle is not very much left off. It's been changed over the years. But originally, when David and William built it, it was called Edredor, which I think is quite a pretty name as well as RedCastle.
I know you still feel
So it looks like they're doing a lot of building work here today at the moment. I don't know what they're doing. Pulling down trees and some of the brickworks come away from the side wall. But that is RedCastle, and we'll go closer and have a look. I just wanted to tell a bit more about the story of RedCastle. So in 1492, the castle came into the ownership of the McKenzie Clan, and they had the castle for the next 300 years after that. And in 1562, it was visited by Mary Queen of Scots, the famous Mary Queen of Scots. He's interested in my story. Are you interested? Am I talking sense? Beautiful horses. Anyway, so in 1562, Mary Queen of Scots visited here. In that same year, whether it was about the same time or not, I don't know. That in that same year, that was the year of her demise, before she had to escape to England. Which we'll tell more of that story as the channel progresses, Mary Queen of Scots. But in regards to this, I'm not sure if she was here before she went to Inverness and was refused entry into Inverness Castle, which resulted in the siege of Inverness Castle by Mary Queen of Scots. Amazing woman. I don't know if this was prior to that, but it was in the same year, the same period. So let's go and have a look. You can see why it's called the Red Castle, with the red sandstone. Up there is RedCastle Farm, where the family, Dagfors I think they're called, are still residing, and they are the owners of the castle at the moment. Flying the drone could be a little bit tricky here. It is private land, and strictly speaking it's not illegal, but in private land they can ask you to leave and not fly. So hopefully they're okay with it. We'll give it a shot and try and get some gorgeous drone shots of the castle. I must have been here at the winter the last time, because this wasn't as overgrown as it is now. There is a mark there. It says 1641 RM. Now 1641 RM would be R. McKenzie. If you come down here, you can see it. It was a lot more clearer when I came. It must have been close to a winter the last time I came here, because I could walk all the way down there, but it's totally overgrown with nettles down there now. So there's not that much to see down there anyway, to be entirely honest, from the back. But you wouldn't be able. This is all mud, and it's quite slippy. It's been raining recently quite heavily, so it doesn't look too great. So I think we're going to leave the back, but we'll get to see it from the drone anyway. When we get the drone up, we'll have a wee look. I don't think we'll chance it. Not today. Sorry, it's been abandoned. It doesn't look like they're going to keep it up or anything. I think in years to come this will be a wee mound of rubble, sadly. So I promised you a grim story of human sacrifice, and this is a story of the human sacrifice at RedCastle, or in the area. Whether it's true or not, we don't know. Okay, but it's in writings from 1899 or something, so a couple of hundred years after events have been passed from mouth to mouth down the years. So whether they're true or whether they're made up, we don't know. But the Mackenzies had this estate in the castle at this point in time. So in the late 17th century, mid 17th century, the animals in the estates in this area were coming down with some strange affliction, it was said. And it ended with them showing signs of madness, followed by death. So the Mackenzies and the other estates were desperate, and they put word out, can anyone come and please save our animals? And an old warlock appeared in the area. And he says, yes, of course I can. I'll do it. I'm a warlock, for God's sake. I can cure anything. I can beat any beast. So he tells the McKenzie clan and the other landowners in the area that he needs to commit a human sacrifice. So after some thinking, which I guess wasn't very long, they says, aye, no bother, okay, with some silver as well. Definite, we'll get somebody for you. So a large barn at Parkton, which is another farm in that direction, was chosen for the deed. And a man, apparently a friendless man, so he had no friends or family, was acquainted in a place called Linwood, and I've struggled to find Linwood in the old maps and that, so I don't know where Linwood is, but it must be in the area somewhere. Under false pretense, they led him to the barn. So it was if you come to the barn and maybe do some work in the farm, we'll give you some money or food or whatever. And this poor bugger's fell for it. Yeah, of course, no problem. You seem like very nice chaps, although the guy over there in the robes and the warlock looking does not look friendly to me. They probably said that when they arrived. My God. Alright, we've got farmers and estate owners here, but who's that freaky dude? At the end of the day, he was tied to a table. So I'm going to read this to you, right? I need to take it off Stug here. My phone just fell out my pocket. I'll read this to you, right? The actual words that are pretty gruesome. So the unsuspecting creature, who was a friendless man, obeyed the summons of his superiors. Once in the barn, he was instantly bound and disemboweled alive by the horrid wizard. I think at that point he must have realised, shit, I'm not that hungry after all. Who dried the heart, liver, pancreas and reduced them to powder, of which he ordered a little be given to the diseased animals in water. Jesus. Close to death, the victim is said to have uttered his last words. When translated from Gaelic, they read, "Let the day never come when the family of RedCastle shall be without a female idiot, or the family of Kilcoy without food." And apparently it was a curse. So he was pretty annoyed at what was happening to him, as they disemboweled him and killed him and fed him to the animals. Dried up versions of him to the animals, roasted. And he was probably annoyed and peed off at that and cursed him. And true to word, apparently the Kilcoys did meet a run of bad luck. A very bad run of bad luck. And the Mackenzies, in the end, had to sell RedCastle because they ran out of money. And that's the story of the human sacrifice, which led to a curse, which may have led to the downfall of the Mackenzies having RedCastle and the Kilcoys. Two clans affected by some scary stuff that they shouldn't have done. So what do you think of that, Stug?
Definitely very interesting.
Gruesome.
A bit.
So the views here are amazing from to Beauly Firth. Gorgeous. And I could imagine living here and looking out one of those top windows and what it would be like to see this when you get up in the morning. Mary Queen of Scots may have well been in one of those top window rooms before she went to Inverness to kick ass, and seen this and went this, opened her little curtains and said, "This is a great day to go and kick ass. I'm going to kick ass," before getting in her little carriage and trundling down this path. So that's been RedCastle. I'm away home, and I'll see you in the next one. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for the next episode of the Highlands Uncovered.
When your eyes close, I know I'm right behind them full scope. Inside your mind, I've seen the post. You miss me and it shows. Funny how you think you're moving